Welcome in. We are Podcast by Committee. This is week 10 of our podcast, and we are excited to have you back. Go follow us on all our social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. We're under Podcast by Committee. And go listen and follow us on all listening platforms. We're on basically every podcasting platform. Good week of football. How are you guys doing?
I'm good. I'm great.
That's good to hear.
I'm chilling. My fantasy team is really good this week. CD's on fire for me.
Yeah, me too. Had a couple
It's a good
leagues.
time. It's a good time.
Graham?
Yeah,
Graham, how are you?
I agree. It's been a good time. I'm now 10-0, my fantasy league. So
How about them Cowboys?
Good. How about them Cowboys, man? 49 points. Honestly, not enough. I was expecting more.
Yeah. Dak's
What
doing
did the-
real well.
What did the defense
Dak?
have?
I love Dak now. I'm
What was
sorry,
the
Dak.
fantasy
I
points
failed
for the
you.
defense?
The defense had over 10.
It was like
I know.
11.
So
So
So-
But they didn't have
Joe's a
any action
failure.
because it was just 3 and outs.
I
they
sold
had a
my
pick.
plasma.
Did they just
I
have
sold
one
my
pick?
plasma for it.
For
They
So,
had a
11
pick.
points.
They had a pick in
Yeah.
5 sacks or something like that.
anyways, also, my Vikings pick was right. Vikings over Saints, and you guys made fun of me.
Guess who
so-
else's pick was right?
Guess who
Browns
was-
over Ravens.
Guess who was the only one with an incorrect pick this week? Logan.
Ooh.
Woo,
It was
after making
unlucky.
fun of me for mine. That's
It
what you
was
get.
unlucky. It
Yeah,
was
sure it was.
unlucky.
All right, bro.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
I'm not apologizing to Josh Dobbs yet. He still needs to show me a little more.
Okay, that's fair.
Show me a little more.
How about we?
Oh, go ahead. No, I don't want to talk anymore.
Okay, please.
No?
Yeah, no one wants
go.
to. Let's hop into news and notes.
Ooh.
First thing, actually, when I just remembered, Aaron Rodgers hoping to come back in mid-December from that Achilles tear. That is incredible, honestly. Supposed to be a whole year
it's
injury.
incredible that he's able to hope that he can come back mid-December. I'd like to see him do
I
that.
hope he's
he
good.
hopes.
Yeah, I'm glad he's hoping.
That
If
he
he
can
comes
walk on the
back-
football field.
Could you give him comeback player of the year?
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
think you
one-
can. I'm dead
if
serious.
he wins a game, 100%
If Aaron Rodgers comes back from a torn Achilles in
in
less than a
December.
year, yeah, give him
That's
that.
in 5 months.
Nah,
That's
it's gonna be Kyler.
unbelievable. I don't know. We'll have to see. We're talking about that later, actually, awards. But we'll keep going with the news. I think it's time to say the 49ers are back after a 3-game skid. They looked real good. The defense looked amazing with the addition of Chase Young, who they traded for at the deadline. The defensive line especially, but the whole defense looked great. Brock Purdy had a good week. No touchdown for Christian McCaffrey. Broke the streak. Sad.
Yeah,
but
that was so sad, dude.
Mhm.
I mean, that was just... I was watching that game, and they were feeding him. Thank you,
Oh,
Kyle.
they tried.
Kyle,
They
Kyle
tried.
was a goat.
Yeah,
they
But-
tried 4 touches in a row. They gave right to him.
And that one pass, the fourth down pass to the end
Yeah.
zone, I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh.
It's so
First
sad.
of all, if I want somebody to score, I'm not putting them as a running back on the outside and one-on-one. I'm sorry, that's just not a good idea.
They knew where it was going.
yeah. You put him,
yeah.
out wide, and he's throwing him the ball.
Yeah. I mean, Sam Darnold didn't look anywhere else.
If I'm the DB, I'm jumping that immediately. Before the pass is thrown. I'm just going to wait for him to sit down. I'm jumping that and taking that to the house. Also, is it fair to say Mac Jones and Bill Belichick are officially gone after this week?
I'm not Belichick. Do
Not
not
Bill.
say Belichick.
I think
Belichick-
he could be.
Belichick
No.
has another year. Belichick has another year, I think.
Man, I don't know.
How do you
I think
fire Bill Belichick, man?
It's
Man,
just...
I don't think the Patriots can have another year.
I think
They're about
what
to get
I've heard is that
relegated.
it might be a mutual parting of ways, which makes me think maybe Belichick wants to leave.
Maybe
That's-
he does. Maybe
That's
he does.
that's because Bill Belichick is obviously an amazing coach. We know this, but
yeah.
A, it's a great time for a culture reset. B, Belichick may want to leave. We don't know the whole situation. So, I mean, obviously, maybe don't give up on Belichick yet. Season's gone terribly, but I think Mac Jones is gone after this year, or at least won't be starting.
Where would you want to see Belichick coach if he wasn't?
So we're taking potential head coach openings.
Cowboys.
Yeah, so it would have to be somewhere that's open. Do you really think McCarthy's gone?
No,
No.
I just want it
No.
to happen.
I was gonna say there's no shot.
I mean, maybe
Bears.
The Raiders would be disgusting. The
man,
Bears. I want
the
the
Raiders would be crazy, but I feel like Antonio Pierce has a shot at staying around. Honestly,
You think so?
yeah, maybe. I mean, he's 2-0. Looks
I
team
get
looks
two.
better.
against who?
Okay, both New York teams,
Yeah,
but
no,
they've
let's
looked
be
better.
real. That's not an impressive
The
game.
Jets,
They
Giants.
already better than Josh McDaniels.
One of the
okay?
most boring games I've ever
Oh my
watched was
gosh.
Jets
Two.
Raiders.
Two of the most boring games I've ever watched.
Yawn.
Giants, Raiders, Jets, Raiders.
The Raiders are consistently the most boring team I've ever witnessed.
But
Gosh.
the Caleb Williams, Bill Belichick would be so fun.
True.
Yeah. Or terrible. We don't know. But my next thing is, guys, CJ Stroud did it again. Another
yeah.
game-winning
He
drive.
threw a pick. I don't know.
He had two
Alright,
fumbles.
bud.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
can't.
he
do it.
He's not him. I'm
But he
sorry.
did it again. Another game-winning drive against a great team.
We'll talk about him later in our
Really?
awards predictions this
Yeah.
week.
But a great game-winning drive. Really spread the ball. But Noah Brown, Tank Dell, Dalton Schultz getting a lot of those targets. Devin Singletary, a whole lot of carries. But the Texans looked great. Beat the Bengals on the road.
Yep.
Burrow had a couple of late picks, which propelled the
He was playing
The
a
win.
great game. Like before
that,
not great,
yeah.
not great. A good game because
But
They
he
did
had some
punt a
pretty
lot in the
throws.
first half,
He had
but-
some pretty throws.
he
Yeah.
did.
Stroud just outplayed him in the end. It was great. But I think it's a fair thing to say. I think, like, as a whole in the NFL, offenses looked really good this week. It was a big week for
Yeah, it was a
scoring.
good
offense.
week.
Mm-hmm.
Big.
It was a good week for
Um,
games.
a
Really
lot of
fun
Speaking
games.
of the Bengals
Putting up
game, Trenton
five-
Irwin balled out.
Trent
Yeah.
Irwin, yeah, that was fun.
My brother.
five walk-off field goals, right?
Yeah, it was a really fun slate of games. And then my last thing is, did you guys see that play where, like, it was like the first run play of the game for the Lions, and they had the entire Chargers
And,
defensive line
they-
pushed
they-
back behind the first down
Yeah.
line?
David Montgomery didn't have to choose a hole until like 5 yards downfield.
I mean, it was
absurd.
unbelievable. It was the whole game too. I mean, both running backs absolutely feasted.
That David
Um,
Montgomery run was
Oh, yeah.
crazy. I was like, there's
And
no way
Gibbs-
he's getting in. This is going to be a big rush, but there's no way he's getting there.
Gibbs was
And he
amazing
just-
too. The
Oh,
Lions looked great. I mean, great. Of course, the defense gave up a lot of points, but the Chargers have a good offense, so
Yeah, I don't
not
know.
much you
I
can do.
think
Fire
it's a
Brandon
toss
Staley.
up with them.
It's just that was a fun game to watch as well, and Lions
Yep.
look really good. So, do you guys have any other notes or news that I perhaps missed?
I don't think so.
Don't think so
Nothing?
for this week.
Nothing
All
that
right,
we want
rad.
to talk about later.
Okay. Oh yeah. So let's go ahead and hit up MVP. I want Graham to start. That's my pick.
All right, perfect. My MVP for this week is also the MVP of my heart. It's Dak Prescott.
Oh,
He was phenomenal, to say the least. 404 yards passing, 5 total touchdowns. What an absolute dog! It was the Giants, but
Yeah.
still to do that to any team is just quite ridiculous.
can we call them a team though? Like, I think they're just.
No,
I think
honestly,
they're
no.
a group of 20 to 30-year-old men that wear the same uniform on Sundays.
Okay. If there's any remember we talked about how there's no college football team of all time that could beat an NFL team
Yeah.
like current. I think somebody could do the Giants, man. There's got to
Man.
be someone out there.
Tommy DeVito is basically still a college player, so.
Oh yeah,
Well, yeah,
Oh, man, rough
he's
team.
not good.
I mean, Saquon was having a rough time too for a while. Saquon
well,
had
wonder why. Let's wonder
I mean,
why.
he ripped
Oh,
up a
his
couple
team
rushes.
is garbage.
down the line, but yeah, started off rough. My fantasy football MVP is CD Lamb. 11 catches,
Yep.
151 yards, touchdown. He's been absolutely phenomenal the last 4 weeks. Like exactly what you wanted when you drafted him. I have him in a league and he is absolutely tearing it up. So another great week off of what you said, Dak's great game against the Giants, that is. So yeah. Logan?
You stole mine, so I'm searching for another. I'm gonna go.
Oof.
You know
Just,
what you could say?
No,
Brandon Cooks. Why not?
I could go Brandon, but I
Because
didn't start it.
every Cowboys wide receiver.
You know what you
absolutely
could say?
balled.
Tony Pollard. Oh wait, no, you can't because he's
Oh,
bad.
I'm gonna
Hey,
say.
that's my bust.
I'm gonna say. Maybe someone who was started just because he had another great week. I want to highlight him. He proved me wrong. I was a
Okay.
hater. Noah Brown had
Yeah.
7
Hey,
catches
hey.
for 172 yards.
Let's clap for my waiver wire
No,
pickup last week that I
no.
was scoffed
I'm
at.
not. No, I'm not
I was
gonna.
Uh,
scoffed at.
Okay, so bust. What we got for that?
I'll go first. Derrick
Yeah.
Henry was absolutely shut down by the Tampa Bay defensive line, and
That's
honestly
mine.
shut down by his own offensive line.
I called
He
it.
had like
I,
4
I,
rushes
I,
for like -4 yards.
I have the stats: 11 carries, 24 yards, 2.2 yards per
Yikes.
carry. And let's be clear, this is not his fault. Rough situation this week on the offensive line and the opposing run defense in Tampa Bay. That was hard to watch for the Titans, and obviously they lost. And Derrick Henry did not have the type of game you want in a fantasy perspective. So,
Can I just say real quick here?
yeah.
We're watching this. Well, we're getting the live feed of the Denver game right now.
Hmm.
Javonte Williams just had
Williams
a great
touchdown.
receiving touchdown.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. That's exciting.
So Broncos back on top. It's kind of
But
wild.
Riley Dixon messed up the snap, and so they're only up 6.
Oh.
But
Oh, that is terrible. That's terrible. They're going
Who
to be down
cares?
by 1 if the Bills score.
I know.
But whatever. They'll win. They'll win. I have faith. So my
Grim.
bust of the week, as we said, or as
Mhm.
Joe spoiled, Tony Pollard. Listen, he didn't have the worst week of any player. He had 55 yards, but he was outscored by Rico Dowdle.
The backup running back.
Now, I would have understood it if it was Deuce Vaughn, like
Yeah.
the best player on our team.
He's amazing.
But Rico Dowdle, I'm sorry, he's the cowboy I might have the least respect for.
Dude, Tony
just
Pollard
the-
he was supposed to have a great game too because the matchup
Yeah.
was so good.
yeah.
I mean, Giants, like every other running back,
Not
would
being
have
able to-
20
yeah.
points.
Not being able to score a lot in the Broncos or the Giants. Wow. Sad.
Logan, that was a very
Sad
sad
mix up there.
slip up there.
I know. I was just reading something.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. Tony Pollard's been pretty disappointing this year, and I didn't buy into him. I didn't drink the Tony Pollard Kool-Aid. I'm proud of myself, but yeah, pretty sad. Logan, you got a bust now that I took yours?
I'm just going to stick with it because I want to do a victory lap of Derrick Henry because I said to sit him. And yeah,
Nice.
he was bad. He was everything I
Mhm.
expected. Because I'm a genius. You should listen to me.
You're a genius. Except
That's
when
a
it comes to
good
upset
sit.
picks. Except when it comes to upset picks.
True.
Germany doesn't count.
Oh my gosh. Let's
Okay.
go Indianapolis. Colts W.
What's our next segment, Joe?
Oh yeah, questions of the week. Notice I said
Ooh.
questions.
Oh,
we
we
have
got multiple.
Honestly, I had to
Is
narrow
it
it down
always?
because
Yeah,
for the past
it was
couple weeks
that
it's
last
been two. But I had to narrow it down because there's a lot of stuff I wanted to talk about. But I have 2 heaters for you guys this week. As a reminder, they do not know the questions before we ask them. So here's the first one. Okay, give me a 1 to 10 scale. 1 being Giants, 10 being good. How good do you think the Browns really are? Obviously, I'll give a little bit of background. They beat the Ravens this week, but it was a really late comeback. Deshaun only played well for the last quarter, and the defense is obviously great. So
Here's my
how good
thought.
do you think they really are?
A
Here's my
7.
thought.
I would give him a 7.
I was thinking 7 as well.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. The only thing that's really questionable about that team is Deshaun.
Just Deshaun. And I want him to fail. So
Yeah,
everybody in
I do
America.
too.
Same.
Everybody in America wants
Why
him
would
to
you
fail.
ever like Deshaun Watson? I mean, he's just a horrible guy, flat out. Like, just a terrible dude.
I celebrated whenever he started really poorly. That was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
I was happy. I love Kyle Hamilton too, so that pick 6.
Yeah.
It's great. Well, their defense is unbelievable. And that's what it comes down to is they can
Yep.
stay in any game when you have a defense like that.
Absolutely.
That was the best 30 points allowed I've ever seen this week. I feel like the defense was still playing really good
Oh
the
yeah.
entire time, and they allowed what 30?
What, the Ravens defense or?
No, the Browns
No,
defense.
Browns defense.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Because Keaton Mitchell ran all over them.
We'll talk about that later. We're not allowed to talk about it until the update, just to contain our excitement. But so what do you guys feel like a 7 out of 10 for the Browns?
Yeah, 7.
Yes.
What do you guys think what's their playoff ceiling?
I think they have a higher playoff ceiling than we're willing to admit.
They're
What do
not
you
a
think
Super
that-
Bowl team though.
What's the playoff ceiling? What do you think it is?
AFC champion, losing the AFC championship.
Yep, I'd say that's valid.
I wouldn't push it. I would say divisional, just because Deshaun has really poor starts to games. I feel like a really good defense could put him in a really bad spot the whole game. I feel like he's not a guy you can really depend on right now. And I feel like if you don't have that guy, and obviously you don't have Nick Chubb, and
Bro, Jerome Ford is better.
Yeah, I just think it's just very. They could just I don't know. They could get turnovers. They can win any game, but I don't think their offense is good enough to go past the championship game. I think divisional is a reasonable expectation that Browns fans should set for that team. Like that should be what they strive for. Championship should be or AFC Championships their ceiling.
Yeah. So my next wait, so you guys both said 7 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, cool, 7. So my next question and final, I guess. This isn't like a who's the best running back. It's not. It's get a collection of the players who has the best total backfield in the league right now. Do you think?
Okay.
Best total backfield in the league. You're gonna make me think. You're gonna make me
it's
think.
tough. There's a lot of options.
I think it's an easy answer. I think it's the Detroit Lions. I don't.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's perfect. It's balanced. That's the thing. Everything that Jahmyr Gibbs doesn't do, David Montgomery does.
It is a perfect thunder and lightning.
And then it's a great offensive line. What you can take into account when thinking about backfields is about what's their ability to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs obviously having a great rookie season. Dave Montgomery, the power back he's always been. They might. I mean, no. I mean, I agree with your pick. I think the Lions have the best backfield in the league, and that offense is really scary.
What's other ones you consider?
I would say maybe like.
Graham, what do you say?
Oh yeah,
I would definitely say Lions as well.
Yeah,
I was trying to think of another one, but there's no team that has 2 RB1s. There's no. There's no team that I'm seeing.
You could argue Steelers have 2 low tier RB1s.
I think you could argue
doing much better.
You could argue Colts, honestly. You could argue Colts.
Colts,
Zach Moss and Taylor.
They're inconsistent, though, I think.
But I think
that's a pretty inconsistent.
Falcons have good. Falcons have great running backs.
Falcons, Colts
is a good duo. Ravens are deep, and Ravens is really balanced.
It's been one of the best producing backfields, rather.
They've got their strength guy. They've got Keaton Mitchell, and then they've got Justice Hill, whatever Justice Hill does.
Justice Hill.
He's not good at anything.
He does absolutely
nothing. Gus Edwards is the pass protecting power back. Keaton Mitchell is the lightning speed. Justice Hill is the third string. So
string.
I'd say that's completely accurate.
We're all in agreement with the Lions, best backfield in the league with Gibbs.
I think so.
Montgomery.
I think so.
And then Craig Reynolds too, good player.
Craig Reynolds, he's a good blocker. He had that good block.
Jamar Jefferson.
I did see that.
Jamar Jefferson.
At
the 4. He's like Oregon State legend.
Man, I forgot about him.
Can't wait for the hidden hooker specialty package to come in when he heals up.
So how about let's go through our award picks this year. We're gonna go through our MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach, and so on. Just real quick, explain why we think what we think. We're probably gonna have a lot of the same picks, but I thought we'd just a little past the midseason mark, just give what you think, and I'll just go ahead and run through all of mine. I'll be fast. I've got Lamar so far as the MVP. I think they're going to give it to a quarterback. Maybe they shouldn't, but I think it will go to him. And I think it's not been a super great year for quarterback statistics. I think Lamar has been really the best, just the most valuable player of all the quarterbacks. Then I've got Tyreek Hill for Offensive Player of the Year. Might eclipse 2,000 yards. That would easily put him in the conversation. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. He's been an absolute disruptor. Amazing all year. He's been the best defensive player in the league. Coach of the Year, Dan Campbell. I think he'll get this if they get to the playoffs and snap that really long streak and win the division. If he break those really sad records the Lions have, I think he'll get it easily. Comeback Player of the Year, Damar Hamlin. Nothing else needs to be said. Offensive Rookie of the Year, CJ Stroud's been amazing. MVP candidate, he's been great. So give him the Offensive Rookie of the Year pretty easily. Then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Jalen Carter's been a disruptor all year for the Eagles. He's been absolutely phenomenal. One of the best players at his position as a rookie. So those are mine. Who wants to go next?
I can.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to kick us off with MVP. I don't think it's necessarily going to be Lamar. I don't know.
Oh yeah, obviously. I think Lamar's not even the favorite right now.
Yeah.
There isn't really a true favorite
There's not really a real favorite. And I don't think it's going to be Tua anymore.
No, I agree.
I think it still could be, but
I think it's difficult.
They have to win a big game.
I was really between a few, but I'm kind of doubting them now. I think it's. I don't know, man. I mean, I think Jalen Hurts probably has a good shot.
Yeah,
Hurts, I like it.
not bad.
But I don't think he's been extraordinary. He has been great. Don't get me wrong. But this MVP is not going to be a standout, far away from the rest.
Yeah.
MVP.
Yeah, I think pretty good, unless someone pulls away crazily in the last half of the season.
But yeah, so I've got Jalen for that. Offensive player of the year, obviously Christian McCaffrey. There's no other answer. Defensive player of the year, I don't want to be biased, so I'm going to go Myles Garrett.
Thank you.
Because I just think he's done amazing. This is one of the best years we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Not only from him, but from any defensive player. He is amazing.
Wait, were you gonna say Micah Parsons or Darren Bland?
Deron Bland. Yeah, I was gonna be Deron Bland.
So you were going Micah Parsons?
It was actually gonna be Jaron Curse, but
oh, okay. What's the next?
Coach. So then I've got it's a coach. Well, I've got offensive rookie of the year next, so I'm gonna just say that. Whatever. It's obviously going to be CJ Stroud. It's not even close.
Yeah.
And then we've got defensive rookie of the year. You said Jalen Carter, and that's absolutely who it's going to be. But I just wanted to give a mention to Devon Witherspoon.
I think Devon Witherspoon for sure still has a chance.
Yeah, sorry, Devon Witherspoon.
Oh yeah, still has a chance.
He is amazing.
He is good.
I don't think it's
Tariq Woolen had a great season last year, and he's still better. Mm-hmm. I'd say.
Tariq Woolen's he hasn't been as good this year.
That's correct. Yeah. But I mean, you're still getting great. He was like a 5th round pick. You're still getting great value for that.
Yeah, but
remember when
comeback player of the year?
Sorry,
give me Kyler Murray when he wins the Super Bowl.
True.
Yep, they'll win it all. 2-8. They're Jonathan Gannon's squad.
They just have to win out. That's all that they have to do. Can they even?
Long shot if they win out.
The 9-8 Super Bowl run.
And then I guess we have coach. You know what? No, I don't think I'm going to answer this one because I just don't care.
Okay.
Wow.
Couldn't care less.
Wow. What I was going to say was, do you guys remember there was a push people thought Tariq Woolen was the best corner in the league last year?
Yeah,
yes, I do.
That was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
I do.
It was always Deron Bland. They just
shut up. It's always Kenny Moore. Love you, Kenny Moore. Anyways, Logan, you got it. I'm sure you got some crazy picks.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be like Russell Wilson, Jerry Jeudy.
You
already know who. I've already pushed this agenda. You know who my front runner is. CJ Stroud for MVP.
Fair.
He's so clutch. He's great. I want to see it. It's funny.
I want to see it too.
Offensive player of the year. A guy who I think is going to end with more yards than Tyreek Hill, and that's A.J. Brown.
He'll
always start. He does this every year. He starts off. Will he get 2,000 this year? It's been the past 4 years. No, he's not going to do it. I think A.J. Brown has a chance to actually be better than Hill at the end of the season.
Not a bad take.
Defensive player of the year, I had Garrett written down, but I want to spice it up.
Oh my gosh.
Not be the same as you guys. So I'm going to say Daniil Hunter.
Nice. Yeah.
He has 11 sacks, and he's been unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
Been a bright spot on that defense.
He earned a $1 million bonus this week.
Yeah, he got a $1 million bonus this week. But he's been unbelievable. I think Garrett.
Yeah, he has.
But I just wanted to shout out to him because he has the same amount of sacks as Garrett, and he's been great.
I'm pro making a guy a winner of an event just to shout him out on the podcast. I'm your MVP. I think it's funny when we do that. I think it's nice.
Yeah. And then offensive rookie of the year, of course, Stroud.
Yeah.
Shout out Puka, though. Love Puka. Defensive rookie of the year, I have Jalen Carter, too.
Yep.
Coach of the year. If they make the playoffs, D'Amico Ryans should be coach of the year. I think I think Lions and Texans should make the playoffs.
Yes.
I think when they're both in the playoffs, that's a 2-man race between Dan Campbell and D'Amico Ryans.
Super Bowl, Lions, Texans.
I would
Lions
love to
Texans
see
would
that.
be
I can't
an
tell you how
electric
much I'd
Super
love to see
Bowl.
that.
I hope the Lions win the Super Bowl. That'd be so cool.
I would have a hard time cheering for a team if it was Lions Texans.
I would absolutely cheer for C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins.
I don't know, man. That's so hard. I love
Jared
all the players
Goff,
on both those teams.
Jameer Gibbs, Dan Gamble.
Hey,
I
but
love
when
Dan Campbell and I love D'Amico Ryans. And then
the Colts beat the Patriots, so when we make it to this big game, we will win it. So go Shane Steichen.
Comeback player of the year.
All right.
Comeback player of the year. A guy who is actually flying up the odds right now. A guy I'm a hater of, but I want to see succeed. Give me Joshua Dobbs for comeback player of the year.
Yeah.
That would be if he's actually good, he proves me wrong.
He's reaching
comeback player of the year.
He's reaching like Taylor Swift levels of media coverage.
Yeah.
He's an astronaut. Yeah, it's cool though. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty awesome. They go to the University of Tennessee that got clobbered by Mizzou this weekend. MIZ, right, guys?
MIZ. Yep. COU.
Cody Schrader, dog. Anyways, is that all we got for that? Let's go on to Logan. You know what time it is. Give me that start sit exemption list.
Oh, I thought you meant would you rather. I thought you meant would you rather. I'm moving a guy who I think is a bum, quite frankly. He took my sweet baby boy, Dearness Johnson spot on the roster.
Remind the people what this is.
This is people that this is a list of players that right now only has Gabe Davis and George Pickens on. Yep. Who I refuse to start or sit on my weekly starts and sits. And this week is going to be a guy who's kind of inconsistent. Mm-hmm. I hate. He stole what should have been Dearness Johnson's roster spot. Give me Jerome Ford.
Nice.
You hate Jerome Ford?
I hate Jerome Ford.
He is a dog and a half.
I'm actually a little surprised it wasn't Kareem Hunt.
No,
I'm surprised it wasn't Kareem Hunt.
Kareem Hunt's done nothing.
No, I don't like Kareem Hunt.
Well, he's done something, but we won't bring that up.
He's done something, but it wasn't to me personally.
Oh yeah,
I sat Jerome Ford last week. He played good. I don't like that. Get out of here,
man.
I love Jerome Ford.
Let's do some starts and sits.
Okay. And then after that, Logan, we can do your would you rather. But
I'm pumped.
Yeah,
or do you want to do that? No, that wouldn't make sense.
Well, yeah, let's just start since this.
I want to go.
Graham.
Let me go.
Okay, yeah, Logan.
He said my name. It's fine. I'll let Logan go.
Logan made an appeal.
Give me it's time for the yearly Derrick Henry against divisional opponent game. Derrick Henry at Jacksonville. I don't know if it's at Derrick Henry versus Jacksonville.
Man, you're the Derrick Henry whisperer.
Usually the Texans though. Like he usually goes off.
Whatever. Yeah, he goes off against the Jags. He had that he's still nuts against any divisional opponent.
99-yard touchdown run.
Yeah,
he had
that.
Jaguars. Yeah, that was so cool.
So yeah, give me Derrick Henry against Jacksonville, and then give me Matt Stafford's back. Start Cooper Kupp. Start Puka Nacua. It might be obvious. I don't care. There's 6 points because of Brett Rippon.
Yep.
Believe. And then my last one, Zay Flowers versus Cincinnati. I think it's time. He's gonna have 10 catches.
Yeah.
Look it. Graham, go.
All right, my starts this week. Keaton Mitchell. I'm not going to say much on him, but start him. I've got James Conner versus Houston. I think he had a bad week this week, but I think it's because it was Kyler's first game back. We'll see. I think he's a great player.
Yep.
And he was off an injury, so I think he'll come back against a worse Houston defense against the run. And then I've got Jerome Ford versus Pittsburgh. Because this man had 17 carries for 107 yards, like a dog. And that's it.
That's it.
You said Jerome Ford?
I hate Jerome Ford. I hate Jerome Ford.
Jerome Ford.
So my starts this week, Devon Achane is back against the Las Vegas Raiders. Make sure to start him this week. Absolutely phenomenal before injury, so don't forget to put him back in your lineup. He's my start.
I don't know, man. That's a tough run defense.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, Bilal Nichols. I will say Max Crosby's obviously
amazing. But it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then I scratched out Hawkinson because Hawkinson's great, but he should be starting in every lineup. So, whatever.
True.
So I scratched him out. And then I have DJ Moore versus Detroit. Has some bad weeks, but Justin Fields should be back this week against the Lions, who just gave up a bunch of points. So go ahead and start DJ Moore if Justin Fields is back versus the Lions. And then I've got Devin Singletary versus the Arizona Cardinals, who have been giving up a lot of rushing yards, a lot to running back. Singletary just got 30 carries this past week. Had a whole lot of production against the Bengals. So start him against the Arizona Cardinals defensive line. I think he has a big game. Start Devin Singletary. He's overtaken Dameon Pierce. So, yeah, start him. Honorable mention, Brian Robinson versus the Giants. But obviously, I'm too scared to start him or sit him now. So, yeah, there's that. So who wants to go with sits?
Can we have a separate segment right now?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because
continuity.
I wasn't fully finished with my week when I said how my week was when you asked me at the beginning of the episode, Joe. And now, we record this, for the people that don't know, we record this on Monday nights.
Yep.
And the Broncos game just got over, and we just beat the Buffalo Bills.
Game-winning field goal.
We missed the first one somehow. 12 men on the field. I mean, Broncos are back. I mean, do we win the Super Bowl? Do you guys think we win the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I think we do. There's no way we don't.
I mean, if you're getting that many penalties on missed place kicks, then yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we imagine you told someone last year after the playoffs, you're like, yeah, Broncos, they're going to beat the Chiefs and Bills back to back.
The Bills.
That's giant killers. Man, that's wild.
Okay, we can continue with our sits. I'm just too happy. I'm too happy not to put that in the episode.
How about you do your sits since you're
I'll do my sits. Sit Deontay Foreman. He's playing Detroit. He's going to get a
plus Khalil Herbert's
gonna be
back.
bad.
Yeah, Khalil Herbert's coming back.
I didn't even know that. I just didn't want you to play Deontay Foreman.
But yeah, he's an absolute sit.
Sit Deontay Johnson against the Browns, right?
Two Deontays.
Yeah, sit the Deontays. Spelled
career high sitting Deontays.
Yeah, and then sit Chuba Hubbard because he stinks, and they're going to be down by a lot of points versus the Cowboys.
You guys know Miles Sanders had 2 carries for like -5 yards this week.
That's what we like to see.
Dude, Chuba Hubbard against the Cowboys is going to be like 0.1
I want to see Miles Sanders' stat line. Like he's going to have like 8 carries for -17 yards or something like that. All right, Grant, you got it.
All right, my sits for this week is going to be Joe Mixon versus Baltimore. I don't think this is a very strong run defense.
Yep.
And defense in general. I don't think Joe Mixon is him. I'm sorry. I just don't think he's that
good.
You
are not him.
So I've got, and then next, David Njoku. I know he had a solid week, a promising looking week. He plays Pittsburgh. They're third against tight ends. I don't think he's a good player. I'm sorry. I just don't.
You don't think he's a good player?
He hasn't proven anything this year at all. I think he's garbage.
He did kind of, he was kind of caught on fire for a few weeks there, though.
Yeah, he was on fire. Kind of inconsiderate of you. Honestly, what if he's comeback player of the year? Like, that's just incredible, honestly.
Never left.
Big update on the comeback player of the year races, though, that DeMar Hamlin did record his first stat of the year tonight. So that sealed it. Probably is. I mean, you record a stat, he probably gets it.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be all over the news.
Graham, who's your last sit?
My last sit for the week is going to be James Cook versus the Jets. It's not a good run defense, but I just don't like James Cook. I don't think
he was great when he was not fumbling the ball.
So it's personal.
True.
It's personal.
No, it's based on his stats. He's so freakishly inconsistent.
Yeah.
Did you guys see his 40-yard rush?
I did not. I wasn't able to watch the game.
He dropped the ball, bounced off the turf, back into his hands, and kept running
while
running.
That's so cool. That's kind of cold.
The coach might see that and be like, "Oh, he just fumbled for the second time."
Again.
Better give Latavius Murray and Leonard Fournette more carries, like it's 2016.
That's what we like to see,
or 2017, I guess. But I guess I will go into my sits. I've got Calvin Ridley versus Tennessee. Yep. One of the most inconsistent players in fantasy football. Christian Kirk is looking more and more like the one. You just can't trust Calvin Ridley. And
listen,
the matchup isn't that bad. It's Tennessee, but you just can't trust Calvin Ridley anymore.
Yeah, I was going to say the matchup is good, but I totally agree.
Yeah.
Do not start Calvin Ridley anymore. He's a wide receiver 3 fantasy-wise.
Who?
Kirk had like 104 yards.
Really?
I know he fumbled at least.
Really? I
wasn't sure of the yardage, but I know he's having a pretty solid season. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, he had good stats.
And then Devonta Smith versus the Chiefs. He is easily the 2, and the Chiefs have a really aggressive defense. I think A.J. Brown eats. I don't know about Devonta Smith. He could have a deep shot, but I think it's just a very risky start if you're putting him in.
I had no clue what name you said right there. And I was like, who are you talking about right now?
I think
you said like Trayvon Smith. I was like,
no, sorry, Devonta Smith is who I was talking about.
Trayvon Smith right now? Why are we sitting?
I'm a fast talker. That was Devonta Smith versus Kansas City. Go ahead and sit him. And then I've got Jahan Dotson versus the Giants.
Yeah.
If Ridley is inconsistent, then Jahan Dotson is Mr. Inconsistent because he will go, whoa. Yeah, I didn't really have a joke there to make. Yeah, anyways.
Hey, you got it.
Yeah, Jahan Dotson will get like 20 and then 0 and then 18 and then 2. And then we'll get. I don't get it anymore.
Hey,
he should go on the exemption list.
Saying that he'll get over 10 multiple times is a stretch.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be
it's so wild.
For a while.
Like I always forget he's like a first round pick wide receiver. Like that's crazy. Same with Treylon Burks. Like that's just
so promising.
Yeah.
So promising.
He's not had a bad career. It's just like he's been behind Terry McLaurin.
It's disappointing this year.
But I would sit him, even though it's again a good matchup. He's just been inconsistent. Same situation as Calvin Ridley. So sit Devonta, sit Dotson, sit Ridley. Those three receivers. So, yeah. So, Logan, how about would you rather? Let's get into it.
Would you rather? These are some good ones. These are some hard-hitting questions.
Oof, I'm excited.
So, would you guys rather your team right now trades up to number 1, gives up all of the assets to trade up to number 1 a lot, you know?
Like just picks and players?
Oh, everything. They give the whole shebang.
Picks and players, okay.
The whole shebang.
And they draft J.J. McCarthy.
Oh, nope.
Or die.
Nope. Die.
Okay.
I do not.
I think that's fair.
I haven't watched enough college football this season. I've been too busy to know if J.J. McCarthy is actually overrated. I believe he is just because I saw him have like a weird game versus Ohio State where they won and he didn't play that well. At least the parts where I saw. I'm not a big college football watcher. I'm just going to be honest. I follow the headlines, but I haven't had time. Even last year I didn't watch much, but I just don't like him. I just don't vibe with him, and I'm going to guess that he's overrated. So I would not want that to happen.
He looks good. He looks like he can read defense and everything. But, I mean, the name J.J. McCarthy just has bust written all over it.
I haven't watched
you hear that name,
football,
you're like, that's not a starting quarterback.
But I don't like Michigan. I don't like J.J. McCarthy. I haven't watched much, but
and
I just
white.
don't. I get a bad vibe. I
would rather die. I think I would choose die in that situation.
You know what, Logan? I don't think that's far off. I think I'd rather die. I'd rather die.
I mean, I'd have to pray about it for a while. Think about it. I don't know. I mean, I want to make sure that death is God's plan here. This is God's plan for me to die. Because I know J.J. McCarthy would somehow find out that I committed suicide because of him going to the Cowboys.
You don't have to commit suicide. You just die if you don't choose
just die?
Yeah,
it's not bus. Suicide. Like get hit by a bus.
Oh, yeah. You can choose.
What about
you can choose your way of dying. Like there's like a board in front of you. You can like click a whole bunch of buttons.
Can I die in like a really cool way?
No, it can't be cool. That's the one stipulation. No cool ways. You have to die in a very average way.
I wanna jump from the top of the stadium at JJ McCarthy's first start.
That's too cool.
Die in the middle of the field.
Cool. I want to be like. I want to streak on the field and then get absolutely laid out by an NFL player and die from that. I think that would be so. Like if I take him down with me. Like he gets manslaughter, I die for streaking on the field. I think that'd be so funny. And then
I feel like that's a bit more than manslaughter. I don't know.
And then I get put in the mass grave that all the NFL streakers go.
But that's considered. Would that be considered trespassing?
Oh, you mean during a play?
Sure.
No, because I thought you meant you get attacked by one, they take you down.
No, okay. during the game, I just run on the field and I'm like, woohoo, yeah, and then they lay me out and I die, I actually die. I think that'd be really cool. Logan, I thought you were gonna say, wouldn't that be treason?
No, wouldn't that be trespassing? I feel like they have the right to kill you if you're streaking in a photo.
Is it like the protect your house law or whatever that's in Missouri?
Yeah, it's like the castle or whatever.
I want to be on the goalpost way too early in the game, trying to tear them down, and I get hit by a field goal and die. I get hit by a Will Lutz crazy kick.
I would want it to be a Jason Myers field goal because he drills those things every time. Or Joey Sly because he always hits that crossbar. But yeah, anyways, let's do. Oh yeah, we're doing Would You Rather. Sorry, you have a couple more.
Yeah, I still have 3 more.
My bad.
This one you need to put. You are a producer of a movie studio.
Mm-hmm.
And there are 2 movies put on your desk, 2 scripts. The first one is a biopic around Dearness Johnson, focused around his 2021 146-yard game against the Denver Broncos.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And the second one is about Shane Zylstra in his 2022 game where he went 5 for 26 with 3 touchdowns and a loss to the Panthers. Which movie would you rather make? Which movie would you greenlight? I think Shane Zylstra.
Can I just like take you guys with me on a little journey?
Yeah.
It's called De-Earnestly. De-Earnestly. He is played by Owen Wilson, obviously.
I like that casting.
Yeah, Owen Wilson as Dearness Johnson, and Shaq as Kevin Stefanski. And we are taken through the greatest NFL performance of all time versus the Broncos, Dearness Johnson's elite game. And I would pick easily the Dearness Johnson game. That's just so
I agree.
Cool.
Okay.
De-Earnestly.
I do
starring Owen Wilson.
Listen, I love Jerome Ford, but I also love Dearness Johnson.
Can I attempt a little impression here? Actually, no, I'm not confident enough for that. I'm not gonna do it. It wouldn't be funny.
We're gonna keep that in. We're gonna keep that Joe shying away from an impression.
I would choose Shane Zylstra. I think.
Yeah.
And you know who I would have? Zachary Levi play him. Same guy that played Kurt Warner.
Oh yeah.
And just so it's both. And he just we don't tell him that he's Shane Zylstra and he still thinks he's Kurt Warner. He thinks he's in the sequel.
What would you call it?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I already have your title.
You got it? What is it?
Zill Strength.
Zill Strength? That's awful.
Zill Strong.
Zill Stronger. So it's like a motivational movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have De-Earnestly, Zill Stronger, Graham.
I think I would Zill Stronger.
I feel like De-Earnestly should have like it should just be really big words and have a period after that, and that's the title.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be perfect.
I think Zill Strong. What is it? Zill Stronger Zill Stronger. It would have a better ending because like Dearness Johnson, they win the game. Whatever. It's like a board.
Yeah.
Shane Zylstra, Zill Stronger, they lose the game, but like you know he still scored 3 touchdowns, and it's like it's just a nice. It's like Whiplash, you know.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like the ending's not, it's not a good ending, like,
but it's meaningful.
It's meaningful. Like you're like, whoa.
So Logan, last would you rather?
No, we have 2 more.
Oh, sorry, 2 more. Yeah, go ahead.
So the second one. So say your mom and dad get a divorce.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm right there.
Are getting divorced. Okay. Would you rather? So you get Tom Brady as a stepdad. So you could just tell everyone, "Hey, Tom Brady's my stepdad," but he doesn't love you.
Okay.
Or
dude, that would be the worst reality. I'm sorry, that would be the worst reality.
No, but you get to tell
all time.
Like Tom Brady's your stepdad.
Wow.
And you still get all the money.
I don't care if he didn't like me. Plus, my parents.
Shut up! Let me
my parents.
The thing. Matt. Well, sorry, your dad's out of the picture now, and Tom Brady's your new stepdad. Or Matt Castle is your dad, but you don't get any of the money, but he loves you.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
People will be like, oh, I kind of remember Matt Castle or whatever. You can be like, I would do Tom Brady. I'm
taking Tom Brady.
I don't want the paparazzi around me 24/7.
I would have a reason to hate him and still love my dad.
Oh. What if you're... I don't know.
But then maybe I would not like my mom as much.
I think I would rather Tom Brady because like people it's just a flex. Like I don't have to talk to Tom Brady. We can be in like a we can be estranged or whatever.
Yeah.
But Matt Castle,
you guys just don't care about your parents at all.
My dad was a mediocre one-time Pro Bowler, quarterback. Or my dad was the greatest of all time.
I would go Matt Castle.
I think I would. I don't care about my stepdad loving me as much as you do, Joe. So I would choose Tom Brady.
Okay.
I would also choose Tom Brady.
Okay.
So what's
that was a good one.
What's our last would you rather?
You get to put this is a more which would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather?
You get to choose one character from The Incredibles to put on your favorite football team.
Ooh.
Who do you choose? It's not as obvious as you think. You might think Dash, but here's the thing: Dash has maturity issues. Dash is going to be a thing in the locker room. I think the answer is obvious.
What's the girl's name?
Which one? Violet or Elastigirl?
Yeah, Violet. I feel like if no one can get to Violet because the force field.
Yeah, that's true. She has the force field.
Then there's literally nothing.
So first off,
it's Violet.
Mr. Incredible has a strong case, of course.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
I mean, you give him the ball, he's not going down. They're all probably scoring automatic touchdowns.
Yeah, and that would be more fun to watch than Violet.
Yeah, but Violet would be automatic. Like
I think
literally just no one can touch her.
Violet, I think she might not be clutch.
She has no reason to get scared. It's literally just a force field, and she can walk forward.
Yeah, but it took her so long to activate that ability.
Okay, cool. But she has it now.
Yeah, What
There's
is
no
she going to be?
fear.
Is she going to be the quarterback and just quarterback sneak every time?
Yeah,
Maybe.
wildcat.
And she could turn invisible and then appear behind the defense.
But, yeah, there's no argument here.
If there's a cute guy in the other team, she'll get scared like she did in the movie. And then she'll be like, and then she'll turn invisible and just disappear from the game. And you're now playing with 10 players.
So every time they play the Cowboys and she looks at Deron Bland, she'll be like,
True.
Oh my gosh.
My pick is Elastigirl. I think you can't throw, she's a lockdown safety. You can't throw the ball to her side of the field. She's just reaching back and forth. Guess what? Greatest jump ball receiver of all.
Dude, the toe taps.
Straight up in there.
The toe taps would be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, the toe tap grabs.
She's in the stands. You can go chuck it over. You can just chuck it to the sideline. She's in the end zone. She just reaches up and grabs it.
What if she has no hands?
And I don't think
she has no hands?
She can kind of wrap around. She can.
It's true.
The ball.
And I think she's the least injury concern. You have to worry about the others.
True.
You know? But what are you gonna? If you hit her, she's just gonna like adapt. You do, because
if she pulls a Daniel Jones non-contact ACL?
Yeah.
Okay.
Non-contact.
I think you guys are forgetting about my pick.
She gets blindsided. Her force field's not on.
Oh,
she's hurt because she's
why
so
would it
skinny.
not be on? Anyways, Graham? What's your?
I'm building it for the future. I'm taking Jack. This game is about to change. This game is about to change. He'll just disappear. He'll just disappear.
Jack,
he'll be like, where is the ball?
He has everything. Yeah, but again, he's like an Antonio Brown.
True, but I'd love to see it. Listen, at least there's some interesting factor in
if you
this
include
game
Frozone, I mean, you include Frozone.
True, I thought
he lines up, he freezes the DB's feet, and he just goes behind him.
I feel like there's two.
What if
there's
he
like
did
less variables to deal with the others than Frozone, because Frozone
But Frozone's old. Frozone's old. He's
gonna
be
cool,
retirement.
Frozone's cool.
Frozone's so cool, and he's the greatest locker room. Greatest locker room president by far.
He could make it like super fun and like only do it at opportune moments and like freeze their feet right when they're about to pick the ball off. Just like moss him.
Yeah, and he's the type of guy like he doesn't play, and then he's like, "Oh, guys, close game. Let me jog in here," and just the coolest thing you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
So I think my runaway two answers are Elastigirl and Frozone.
Not Violet. Violet's not a runaway for you.
Violet's there's too many variables. I don't think she'd be clutch. I don't think she'd be clutch.
There's too many variables with Jack to me.
Well, yeah, I don't think Jack's an option. He's Antonio Brown, CT. But I guess if you can get him on, he's unstoppable. He has no. Everyone else has a weakness. Guess what? You're playing in Miami. Frozone's useless. Yeah. I hope you don't have a Miami game because he's done.
I think I speak for the committee when I say this has been our best Would You Rather segment.
I think so.
Truly proud of you.
Isn't there one more?
No, that was it. That was
it.
But you came up with some really good ones. Those were some thinkers.
I know. I really wanted to you guys thinking today.
That was
You've been a superstar. Let's we're kind of cutting low on time, so let's fly through waivers.
We have a lot we had to cut out when we were watching the Broncos game.
The Broncos live reaction. Yeah, it was like 5 minutes. Let's go through waivers real quick just to get them out of the way. They're kind of boring this week.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and say mine. Grammy got it.
Okay. My waivers this week are. I just have to reiterate because I was so right and you guys were so wrong.
Wow.
Noah Brown. Pick him up because he's a straight dog.
Oh no! Last week, don't you vividly remember you saying, "Guys, I don't think you actually should."
No.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't say that. Just like I did not say that Devin Singletary would be a bad start this week.
I forgot about that
very confident in Devin Singletary.
You had some rough takes.
I'm just on it with the Texans today. I don't know. It's just like
really. Go back and watch. Pull out the receipts.
Then I've got Josh Dobbs, obviously.
Yeah.
And here's an interesting one: Trey McBride. It's a name we haven't heard in a while, right?
I said him
a name we like.
Just kidding.
A name we like.
I said him a couple weeks ago. Just saying.
Yeah, you set him off of probably one good game. Now we know he's going to be a good player.
Anyways, it's waivers are kind of boring this week. I'm not gonna lie.
True.
Trey McBride, Noah Brown,
not much.
Keaton Mitchell, Josh Dobbs. Nothing to say. They were all great. Go.
Wait, Joe, who's that last? Who's that second to last one? I've never heard of that player.
We'll get to him in a little bit. Okay. We'll get to Mr. Mitchell. But Logan, waivers.
So mine, Trey McBride again, and also, keep track of the Alexander Mattison situation.
Okay.
And if his concussion's out and you need a running back, Ty Chandler got 15 carries and a touchdown last week.
Great. And a touchdown.
And he'll be the starter. Against the Broncos defense that struggled against the run.
Dobbs is RB1.
They won't be after that week.
Yeah, they might check on Ty Chandler. But yeah, that's
32nd to first.
That are mine. What's the grammar there? That
That is mine.
Those
are mine. Those are mine.
Yep, there we go.
Multiple. Those are mine.
Okay. What's our next segment, Joe?
All right, can we move into superlatives here?
Yeah.
All right,
explain
so I'm
it.
just. Oh, well, I was going to explain it because I said something before, but we're going to do it the other way now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
What?
Joe came up with this. All credit to Joe. So the superlatives are we're basically going to say who is most likely to, and then name a player.
Yeah.
Before we were going to each say like our thoughts on it, but now we're just going to say what our take was.
Yeah. So, again,
let's go one at a time. Let's go
most
around,
likely to whatever. NFL superlatives. I'll go ahead and say my first one.
All right.
Most likely to finish as the fantasy football quarterback 28, the 28th ranked quarterback. I've got Kenny Pickett.
Wow.
Averaging
I think
probably
so.
like 100 passing yards and a pick a game. He is just not an option ever.
QB 20.
So he will probably finish as the quarterback 28 this year. So, Logan, you got it.
Oh, I've got obviously most likely to be a used car salesman, Jake Funk. The competition is Funk. You know, he can do one of those.
Oh,
and he's white. That's the most important.
He is white.
That is
That's
the most important part.
So I think that one was a layup for me. What's yours,
Right.
Grib? Your first one.
All right, so I've got one. Who is most likely to have the playbook memorized before training camp? And you know what?
Ooh.
I was gonna go funny, and then I looked it up just because I was worried.
Yeah.
You know, I was worried, and then I saw Derek Carr as a rookie had the entire Raiders playbook memorized before he got to camp.
Wow. That's kind of
So
cool,
I was
actually.
like, what? And so just shout out to Derek Carr, man.
Yeah, man.
Just a shout out to Derek.
That's wild, dude. That's
never
crazy.
thought we would be shouting out Derek Carr, but yeah, shout out Derek Carr.
I mean, that's just really impressive.
I also go with my next one. Most likely to be from Missouri, Kyron Williams. Grew up in St. Louis.
Oh, he's from Missouri?
Yeah. I've had some friends. I have a friend that has met Kyron Williams, actually, because he went to like a St. Louis camp. So Kyron Williams is from St. Louis, most likely to be from Missouri. So, fun fact of the day.
He is from Missouri.
Logan.
So I have, what was I? But here it was. I paraphrased in mine and I couldn't remember. Okay, so this one is most likely to have a really ugly name, but is unexpectedly attractive.
Whoa.
This goes to Rico Dowdle. He is good looking. In case you guys didn't know,
he is.
I was looking up his stats today, and his like shot, his picture.
Let me get the live. I'm doing the live reaction. Yeah, I'm
live reaction. Look at his ESPN picture.
I can't see the keyboard. Rico Dowdle. Where'd he go to college, guys?
I have no clue.
It was like.
it
was somewhere
South
weird.
Carolina. South Carolina.
Yeah, South
Carolina.
Carolina. I saw it earlier.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's good looking. Yeah,
he is good looking.
And that name, Rico Dowdle, sounds like someone who would be horribly ugly.
He's handsome.
That's true.
Deuce Vaughn's cuter though.
Yeah, true.
Deuce Vaughn is more attractive.
I mean, it's just really his face symmetry that's like.
Yeah, he's got a really symmetrical, nice face.
Yeah. My next one is going to be, who is least likely to have a good relationship with their grandma. And this one, I kind of just took a little bit of liberty on this one. There are a lot of options I could think of, right?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what? This is a scenario I just had in my head. I think it's Daniel Jones. Because he seems like the type of person that would have a really fun grandma who's always trying to get him to do things.
And
he's
like,
I don't always be the bummer. He would just always be the bummer and the party pooper all the time.
He wants to go. He's like, they're like, you want to go to grandma? He's like, I want to play Madden.
That makes me so sad.
Why, bro?
Actually, go check on Daniel Jones' grandma.
He's probably like super smart. So he's like, I want to read a book.
Yeah.
Nerd.
It's physics.
I want to watch Lord of the Rings, Grandma.
Someone go check on Daniel Jones' grandma. Someone go spend time with her. I bet she's a nice lady. Anyways, yeah, physics.
I doubt it.
My next one, most likely to hold a stat line of 30 carries for 25 yards and 80 touchdowns in the game. Derrick Henry. Most of his touches will be for negative yards, but he will have 80 touchdowns on all 80 of his carries. That's 30 carries and 50 receptions, by the way.
Wow.
Which will calculate for 80 touchdowns and 25 net yards. So that is my last one.
Wow.
Yep.
Mine is most likely to look like a Marine recruiter in your high school cafeteria. And this goes to Bailey Zappi. He looks exactly like someone
you're
that
right.
would come up to you and be like,
wow.
Have I told you, sign here, you get a Hellcat. You get
you
a
guys
down
remember
payment
in your
right
high school
now.
I'm sorry, do you guys remember
high
when
school
I got
cafeteria?
absolutely
Graham got
dissed on by
recruited,
that high school recruiter? And I told him like, I'm sorry, I don't want to die. And then he like walked back over and called me like, he called me a bunch of names. I was like, all right, bro.
Oh, that was
we
so
do,
funny.
and he kind of looks like Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, they all, most of them do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
Most of them do. Shout out to the Marines, man.
Yeah,
you guys look like Bailey Zappi. Take that how you
got
will.
any more?
Yes, I do. I have two more.
Yep.
So I've got most likely to have a reality TV show all about them, and I've got Deuce Vaughn for this one.
Oh,
and I have it like I have a title. I don't know, something like do
First
something
and
about your
short.
life.
Oh,
First and short. Do something about your life.
That is genius.
That
Did
is
you
genius.
come up with that?
That's way better.
Yeah,
that's way better.
Logan, that is genius. Hold on.
Anyways,
what? That is mastery. You
but
came
what I
up with
had
that just
envisioned.
now. First and short is amazing.
That was
wow.
please.
Wow, sorry, that's amazing. Keep going.
So what I had for the show is like, you know how his dad was like a scout for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I just have him like, first and short's a good title because he'll always be coming up short. You know, he's always like, Dad, I don't want to practice football, and he's like, but son, you have to. I have to pick you one day.
His dad needs to become like the LeVar Ball of the NFL.
Yeah.
You know,
man.
Yeah, that's what I had envisioned.
So far.
Does anyone else have one? Because I have my last one.
No,
I'm out.
I'm done.
All right, so and then my last one finishes off.
First and short. Oh man, that's good.
That was pretty great. Most likely to have an extreme pregame ritual like shotgunning 5 beers. I think this one's pretty obvious. It's Creed Humphrey. I feel like he already does this.
Yeah,
he hits a keg. He hits a keg stand before every game, man.
Don't blame him.
He's going.
What a dog. Love you, Creed.
Creed.
Is that all we got for superlatives?
I think it is.
That's one we'll bring back. That's a fun one.
That's a fun one.
Just like Would You Rather. So I think real quick, let's go through upsets, then Keaton Mitchell update, and then we'll go through the injury report. So upset, go through it fast. Mine's Vikings over Broncos, I think.
Mine is also that.
Vikings have a solid matchup.
Did we just see what the Broncos did? Did we just see what the Broncos did?
I think the Vikings are a better team than the Bills.
Vikings, both teams are hot right now, but I think Josh Dobbs, I'll give him the nod this week. It's only a 2.5 point spread towards the Broncos. I think maybe Josh Dobbs stays hot, beats the Broncos defense that has in the past been pretty volatile. So
have you seen what the
Vikings over Broncos?
Averaging
in the past,
15 points a game.
They're both hot teams, all right? It's an unstoppable force versus a movable object.
Whatever.
All right, Logan.
Okay, mine, I already said he's having a huge game. Give me Titans over Jags. Jags stunk last week.
Yep.
I mean, it's the Niners.
That's kind of wild. That's kind of a wild take.
They stunk. Give me the Derrick Henry game against Jacksonville. Also, want to shout out Rams over Seahawks. I think that one's going to happen.
I also want to shout out Eagles over Chiefs. I think that's going to happen.
That one was too obvious, though. That's not even an upset. That should be the expectation.
Yeah.
Random shout out. Sam Howell's still playing really well. Just thought about that random.
Playing fine.
Yeah,
but he has a terrible rest of the season of matchups.
Yeah.
He had a couple cool throws this week. Just odds.
Yeah, he always does. He's always got some sick throws.
Cool player, fun player. Anyways, keep going.
Yeah.
Graham.
He already did.
My upset was Vikings Broncos.
Oh, sorry.
Vikings over Broncos.
All right, cool. Logan, I believe you have the Keaton Mitchell update.
The Keaton Mitchell update. A little bit of a down week, honestly. He did it again, though.
He did it again.
3 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown. With a long of 39. He had 34 yards with a long of 39.
Yep.
We love to see it. And then he had a 32-yard catch. He had 2 huge plays. He's just a big play guy. He's going to make a big play on... Drop my phone. On 39 snaps of offense.
Oh, there's a lot more. Man.
No, not 39. Sorry. 13.
39.
I read
13.
I read the 39 long.
Yeah.
I read the 39 snaps. But, I mean, getting 66 yards on 13 snaps is very good.
Yeah, that's
one
great.
of them. I mean, obviously the touchdown run was amazing. Showed the speed. He looked amazing on the touchdown run.
And that's
just around the whole defense.
a tough defense.
Who wears number 2 on the Ravens? That's what I want to know.
Anthony Brown.
he still pulled out the number 2 celebration from college, but he didn't even have number 2 on. I was like, man, that sucks.
Is Anthony Brown still number 2? I'm not totally sure.
I have no clue. But that's his iconic celebration. Every touchdown he got at East Carolina, he would throw up the deuces. But
obviously, 2 big plays, the big touchdown run, the big screen play for 32 yards, and then a little bit quiet after that, but obviously made his impact. I think he'll get more touches. But, yeah, big game for Keaton Mitchell. You guys got anything else for that?
Not
no,
much.
they're not.
I'm done. I'm good. Yeah,
he's amazing. He's a stud.
Give him number 2.
We called it. That's all I'm saying. But, Graham, do you have the injury report?
I do have the injury report. So I just want to restate that we only really try to do the important injuries that we think are going to be relevant for you guys.
For fantasy football, yeah.
Oh, what's he about to say?
Nick Muse, the Vikings tight end, is out. I couldn't find out what happened.
Dang it.
I'm assuming they didn't want to scare the fans, so they just didn't reveal what the injury really was.
Fair.
But now I've got Devon Achane coming back off IR. That's exciting.
Woo! Yes.
We're about to see this Dolphins team get way better with a great player.
Yeah.
And hopefully Justin Jefferson starts playing pretty soon here too.
Yeah, I think this week.
I think it's this week, yeah.
Same with Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert's coming back this week, which we already mentioned.
Khalil Herbert too. Dallas Goedert just got confirmed that he has like a fracture in his wrist.
Darn.
Around 4 weeks.
Is there a timetable for that? 4 weeks? 4 weeks.
Yeah. He's not on IR, but that could be because when you put someone on IR, the bye week doesn't count, and they were just on a bye week, so that would have meant 5 weeks.
So it could be this week, you think?
It could be this week, depending on how he's doing.
Okay.
But I don't think they'll put him on IR, because it's usually a 4-week thing, so I don't know. And then we've got Michael Thomas with a knee injury.
Yeah.
So I've heard it's fairly significant.
Yeah. Did he get a brick thrown at him, perhaps?
Logan, I saw your face and I knew it was coming. Yeah. This is like the second...
He tweeted about it.
Hey, second week in a row that a Saints wide receiver has been in legal trouble, so...
Hey, we love to see it.
Do we? We love to see it?
Hey, we like to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Weird situation. Read up on it if you want. But you guys got anything else?
It's wacky. No, I'm done.
No, I think we're good for this
week.
Good
episode, guys. It was a good one.
Good episode.
As always, we are a podcast by committee. You guys are our committee. Thank you for listening.
The TikTok.
Episode number 10. We're on double-digit episodes. Follow our TikTok. Woohoo! Under podcast by committee. We're going viral.
Podcast by committee FB.
FB.
Yep,
that's what it is.
If you look up podcast by committee, you should be able to find it. It's the orange logo. We have a bunch of videos and slideshows posted. So
1 hit 1,000 likes. 1 hit 1,000 likes.
1,600. We had like 10,000 views. So
just to make you guys kind of feel for us right now, we are making $0 off of this podcast.
Yeah. So
that's
we
shocking.
Should be making millions.
Guys. At least millions.
Guilt trip time.
Our Keaton Mitchell take alone should be getting us up there with Bill Gates.
We were right. Share it with 10,000 of your friends, and hey, we might have made it by then.
Yeah,
so
true.
Find 10,000 friends. Guys, also, follow our Instagram, follow Twitter, listen to us on all podcasting platforms. We are everywhere. Podcast by committee. Share us.
Guys, can you hear that?
What?
I can almost hear the committee right now.
Oh. They're chanting our name.
And of course, the soundbite didn't work.
Oh, were you trying to?
Oh my gosh, I was trying to play cheering and it didn't work again. That's 2 weeks in a row. It works when
It didn't work. I can't hear it.
Anyways,
I know it works when I go.
This is like.
Oh! I can hear the committee.
Yes, they love us.
36 seconds long. I'm playing the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Have a great week. Thanks for listening. We will see you later.